Hey, it's Clay, and this will be a video chart on ticker symbol ACBFF. We will take a look at the 30-minute time frame. Real quick, what do I mean by 30-minute in case maybe you're new to charts? Instead of each one of these candlesticks here representing 1 day's worth of price action, which is what you would normally see, each one represents 30 minutes. So while this here may look like several days worth of time, it's actually today's price action broken down into 30-minute time slices. I like to this time frame. I think it's a good job of telling the quote-unquote story of the price, and then makes mapping out where levels of support and resistance a bit easier to see. I did this analysis yesterday, so that's where these red and green line annotations are coming from. And I'm just going to go ahead and get rid of these lines here because as things stand right now, a pretty tricky chart to talk about from a presentation standpoint because there's a lot of perspective that goes into it. What do I mean by that? Well, if you are a day trader, for example, and you bought right there, or maybe you bought right there, and you wanted to sell within 20 minutes after buying, well then yeah, for you the chart's looking pretty rough. Now, if you care about the big picture perspective, I get it. From the highs, there was a pretty big pullback. But from the big picture, the price still has plenty of opportunity to build a higher base. And as long as you have higher bases being built over time, that's how long-term uptrends are constructed. I am going to be talking about things from a big picture point of view. So if I sound crazy calling something bullish, my guess would be you probably had more of a day trading type perspective going into it. And that's where this green line here that I talked about yesterday comes into play, right down here at $8. But what I want to actually do is, let's say that the price doesn't even hold above that. Now, I'm not saying this is what's going to happen, so just chill out. But just for example's sake, let's say the price actually comes down here to the $7.30 mark. Again, I'm not saying that's going to happen, but this is going to help illustrate the point about the big picture point of view. So the price comes down here and then behaves in this manner and then starts to work its way back upwards. Now, what would you have in this situation? Emphasis on big picture. Well, from the big picture perspective, you'd have a set of lows right here. You'd have these lows down here, and then actually you'd even have lower lows than those. But these two will make do. And if you picture each of those as stair steps, well, what do you have? Well, from the big picture point of view, you have stair steps still very clearly progressing in the upwards direction. And that's the name of the game. That's what a truly strong move is going to do over time. It's going to make progress forward. Once more, I am well aware, if you're a day trader or flipper and you bought somewhere up around here, then yeah, you don't care about this stair step. But that's why I try to make a warning at the beginning saying I would be making comments from a grand scheme of things viewpoint. So sure, today the price pulled back, but stop and think about that word, today, as in 1 day. Looking at multiple days, which is what we're doing here, you can see the price still has an opportunity to build a higher low. So let's see if the bulls can get that job done or not. One of the biggest questions that I get is, hey Clay, how do you find the stocks that you trade? So what I've done is put together a free resource guide where I talk about the tools that I use to locate stocks that I find interesting and think may have potential. So if that sounds like something that could add value to you as a trader, then click on the image that is up on the screen right now and I will email you the guide. The guide itself is very short and to the point, and best part, it's completely free. Thanks for watching the video. Let me know if you have any questions.